What do So for those who cannot see me, they know it's not me singing, because I can't sing at all. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? What is this session going to be about? Well, first of all, one of the reasons I don't have the camera down is because I'm rolling a big mother, a joint in my hand, a spliff, something to smoke, something to so I can go off and beyond. What is this session all about? It's about what do we actually want? Will we, should we, do we have to? We must. We have no more choice. So what must we do? Well, if we must and are complied to do something, first we must comply ourselves to see what that something is. Okay? And that something goes like this. If you vote Ron Paul, then what I'm doing right now is no problem at all. Okay? It's my word getting out. If you vote Ron Paul, and you have a family, okay, you can be assured they won't have to go into the army. You see, if you don't vote Ron Paul, every child that's 13 years old right now, next year, it's going to be army school for them. And they're going to be obligated to go into the army. So if you have kids and you don't want them in the army, you vote Ron Paul. Is there any other things about Ron Paul? Yeah, there is. Ron Paul's going to bring the government to its naked ass. Okay? He's going to restructure it to where it has to actually be. What is a necessity of that part of the element inside the states of 50? What is the element? We have to reorganize the elements of government for a better understanding. How do we make sure our food is good? Well, how do we make sure our food is good now? Well, okay, we know. We check. This is what these people are paid to do. If they're inspectors, they're paid to inspect. They're not paid to get paid off. So if you pay for them, you pay for them anyways. My grandfather had an abattoir, and the governments furnished the inspectors, but they were paying for them anyways. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no more government. We don't. We are the government. What, we're not good enough? We're not good enough? How come we can't do it? We always have to elect and elect and elect and elect and elect. Because you can't have a million of us up there. But in between all this, everybody gets crooked. That's why I told you we got to fix that money thing. We got to fix the way it all works, the way it all works out. And the only way to go is Ron Paul. Everybody else is interested in war. I haven't seen, okay, you tell me, okay, because I don't know very much about American history. You tell me since the time of Jesus, I want to know the first bomb that ever came in the air. I want to know the last plane that flew over the U.S., okay, because they started it. Not because the U.S. started. Who has ever come to the U.S. first? Okay. Drop it, I guess, right? Just leave it be, man. If somebody sends a bomb, then on that day, within seconds, we can turn around. And well, you'll say somebody will die. Well, we had 5,000 die in Iraq, right? And the other guys didn't even drop the bomb first. You see it before you. It doesn't matter who drops the bomb. Someone's going to die, and then you can react instead of being in the backyard of somebody else. Howling at the moon. Oh, you're howling at the fucking moon. Just sitting there, okay, means you're howling at the moon. Therefore, we can call them the pack of wolves. For every backyard an army is in, they are howling at the moon, disturbing the general orientation because of their presence, okay, when they should have absolutely no meaning. An army in any other country that's not its own should have no relevant meaning unless it's going to war within that army. If I go out for a drink and I say, hey, buddy, I don't like your jacket, and an armyman beats me up, you should go to jail just as fast as anybody else. What's the difference? Name shouldn't harm anybody. Ron Paul. That's all this video is about. I just want to try and advance the thinking of the people. Why Ron Paul? Why Ron Paul? Why Ron Paul? Because if you want flat ass change, I told you, if somebody's going to bomb us while Ron Paul is in, it'll be one bomb and that's it. It won't be 1,000 bombs. But if we go out to war, there'll be bomb, 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 and then they'll be throwing us one bomb, not one bomb anymore. Now it'll be 1,000 bombs. You see, if you stay home, you only get one bomb. It'll be the first one and the last one, right? But if you go there, you're guaranteed this time to get more bombs. And not only that, they're bombing here, you're bombing there. So you tell me. It's not a difficult theory. I never bomb you, you bomb me. You're not in my backyard, I never think about you. But now I'm in your backyard and thinking about you. You bomb me, I bomb you. Before, no one's bombing anybody. It's only the thought of the bombing. Take that thought out of your head. Don't you know sometimes it's not nice to be in the middle grounds? Sometimes to be in middle grounds, say, yes, they're going to bomb us, but put us one step backwards. Bomb us, Obama us, Obama us. What do you think they brought that guy in? Obama to bomb us, to bomb us. They want to bomb, 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 bomb. That's what it is. Ba, 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 beret. I don't know. Maybe it came with that. I don't know. Yeah, I joke around a little bit. But you know what? I'll tell you one thing. I listen to Ron Paul in every way, and he demolishes everybody over his knowledge, his intuition. He is insanely good. You've got to see Ron Paul. I am a Canadian, and if Ron Paul doesn't get in, I'm a little scared for my life. I'll tell you the way it is. But I'm not going to stick it out and say, I'll go out my life and let somebody else take care of it. If we all say that, then no one will be taking care of it at all. Some of us, that's our goal in life. This is my energy in life, is to be in this direction right now. It's where it is. Sure, I can run down to the beach, wash my hair, read a book, and not think about any of this. But this is my pleasure. This is my pleasure, my friends. A pleasure of being here and serving for some, doing my best that I could. If I've done nothing for anybody, then I've actually absolutely have done something for you, regardless of what you say after this video. Ron Paul should not be forgotten. Raphael 7286. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Before I go, what, you thought it was simple this time? I ain't gonna let you off just like that. What was I working on? Working on this. Just different types of combinations and reasons why. A to I, because it's the beginning digits of the first 9, but it should also go to 10. A should also go to 10 because if you're counting A and I, it equals 10. Not only that, the whole thing is 5 and 5 because the first part goes from A to E, but the second part has nowhere to go unless I go to 10, so it can only go to 9. You understand what I'm saying? We're not counting 0 in this, and that's why we count 10 as the other digit. A to G is 7, but 7 equals 8. A to G would be in pool. Okay, A to H is 1 to 8 in pool, creating the 9 birth. That's how the 9 is created. A to 8 creates the 9 birth. And that's why in pool, we knock the 8 ball in last because it's an H and you turn it sideways. The H is an I. Hi. Anyways, another thing I wanted to say, as the word Earth holds a 52 letter count, I am going to use the planets Jupiter, Venus, and Earth, because that's Jupiter and Venus are the 2-5 planets, and I'm just using those letters, so the combination would be 232 or 322. There's many things we can do with our planets. Okay, I know I'm a little off Ron Paul, but I'm just going to jump on a little bit the planets over here. You can use all the planets and combine them. Okay, and group separate them up according to games that you know, and they will explain to you things of creation of some sort, you know. Like if we take together number 3, which is in the first level of creation, okay, and the number 3 of your telephone is DEF, and the DEF planets are Mars, Earth, and Saturn. DEF is also Delta Electronic Face, which is us, man. And it takes these 3 planets, within these 3 planets, to make up part of the face of who we are. If you ever went to the 2 in the telephone, the 4 in the telephone, it's GHI. And wouldn't that be funny? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And they give the same results. GHI, the gates of the heaven's birth. G and H, the two letters you never sometimes say. G and H are silent very often. The gates of heaven. The I is the birth. 7, 8, and 9. Or, like I was told before, 7 of September, 8 of October, 9 of September. So Uranus, okay, Uranus and Pluto, okay, are seem to be like trapped in one of some sort. They're together somehow, okay? And we already know that the combinations of 9, 8, and 7 create 63, 72, and 81, which is 9 by 8, 9 by 7, and 9 by 9, which tells you about the maximum of each level of creation. Well, how do you get that? Well, because 9 times 6 is 54, 5 and 4 is 9. You can't go to 55 because then you drop down again to another level. Although you go up, you go down. The other thing is, you see this over here? I have a feeling that the Earth is constantly has a line, maybe at the equator, an invisible line to where on one side of the world, we're sort of in one side of the Earth's world, and on the other side of where the equator is, we're on another side of the Earth's world. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I don't. So I'm okay. Let me see what I'm backing down to. EIO, which is also 5959, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. O are the seconds left over. EIO. EIO. What it is it's the E letter to Pluto, right? And then the E letter to Pluto on the other side. You see, Pluto has to be on both sides, okay? Even though it's 1, it's 9, okay? Do you know why? Because if this thing turns around, the 9's going to end up here. So sometimes when you see in my square results, the same number on 2 corners, it's explanatory because it's upside down. But when it turns to that corner, it becomes that corner. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like just take all the colors on Rubik's Cube and now put numbers on them. In fact, put 4 different kinds of numbers on every single color on Rubik's Cube. It's something like that, I think. It's all a guess, hypothesis, something I thought on my own. Seem to be liking this and going through this part. Who am I again? I am who I am, I think I am, and I can if I could, if I tried, and I would. And if I did and I have done it, then it is okay. If I got it wrong, then I'll try it another day. It's all okay. No, my friends? Isn't it not? For me, it is. It's always good, not? The only time it's not is when it's time to go to bed and I got to shut down. I don't like to shut down. So I sort of seem to start to shut down a little bit before my time. And that was when I was younger, I was shut down. But this is the time of enlightenment, and I am enlightened. But it doesn't mean I always have things to say. So anyways, there are so many things. Ace to Jack. Why? Because it's the first one to the 10th one, like I told you over here, all the way up here. And then if you add them together, 10 and 1, it equals to 11. Okay. The spirit ace is always added 1. You know when you play blackjack, you get an ace 2, ace 3, ace 4, ace 5. You got 13, 14, 15, 16. That's the way it works. It's a ladder, my friends. When you got the ace, that penny, that copper penny, that's the most important for me. That's the most important thing in the entire world. That copper's penny, my friends, should be worth thousands. I think that's how God is going to turn down and turn around this entire world. He will make everything cost the same amount. But because all the poor people have no money, all the poor people will change their bien-être social, their welfare checks, into pennies only. And every penny is now worth $5. Why? Because the penny is the only one that can make sense out of any number you want. whatever you do with that penny, give me a number. 86? Okay, 86 pennies gets me there. Or 3/4 and a dime. Now I'm fucked. I need 1 penny to get to the 86. And I got the penny, and I got to 86. So that means the penny takes you wherever you want to go. So the penny is undervalued. COPPER. Cup, 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 cup. I'm a Hebrew. It means head. And pear. Pear means mother and father. I got a pear. I got a head and I got a pear. Copper. Pear and mare. Father and mother. I got a head on my shoulders as a father and mother. I'm in the copper world. COPPER. 32 gives me half of 64 on a split dice. I don't know how that works exactly, but I know the last double creates double of the first 5 doubles. Hold on a second. The last double, okay, is 32. The first 5 is 32. Copper. COPP. 3, 18, and 32 is 50, 55, 65, 73. 73. Reverse 73 is 37. Double it is 74. Now we got Christ. The angle of Christ. I turn anything into a number, whoever it is. I'm the magic man, my friends. But I'm wireless. And what I show you cannot be seen by the naked eye, but only imagined within one's mind. So then my magic, for some, is just a laughter of the night. Something to do before your last pee, before you go to bed. Something to make you think and wake you up before you even think of going to sleep again. Because you know when you go to sleep, you should be thinking of the beautiful things you learned that day and try and fly into that other world, because it's in that other world, my friends, in the dreams of your night, that open up the vision and the pathways of your movement and your ways of the days. 37, 3 by 7 is 21. 21 is the letter U. 3 by U is 63, creation of man. Silence of the Lamb. The spirit of the Lamb will not cry out as you count them in your sleep. So I was thinking like this, okay? I was thinking we're supposed to count the sheep to sleep. Sheep, lamb. For me, lamb means life. Sheep means spirit. One of them, 2 of them, they're both living, because inside spirit is the life of the lamb, okay, just because of the 1 and 9. At the same time, it starts with an S, so that means the lamb has to be the spirit of Pluto and Mercury, okay, or the 1 yellow and the 9 yellow, both the spirit and the soul, okay. Everything connects. If you want to go to Mars, that's on the 4th planet. Okay, I'm not going to go to size right now, but it starts with the letter M. The letter M is the 13th letter of the 1 spirit of the 3 creation. So the 2 parts of 1 and 3 are connected inside the 4. And that's why the 1 and 7 create the 4, because the 1 and 3 is the 1 and 7. All the 4 corners, the odd numbers are God. 1, 3, 7, 9. I got to write that down. Keep coming up with all these crazy things. Did I start with Ron Paul here? I got a pen here. Hold on. What did I say? I'm going to have to rewind it, I think, right? We got the 1 and 3. The M equals 13, which equals 4. 4 equals 7. 1. You see, because I'm gonna show you what I wrote. You see, the M, which is the 4th planet, Mars, which is the 13th letter, which is the 1 spirit of the 3 creation, or the 1 God of the creation, he runs out of Uranus, okay? He runs out of your ass also. It's a spirit. It's a 1 spirit, okay, the 7th spirit. So what happens is this M is 13 is 4. And to create this 4, okay, a 7 inside of a 1 upside down, create the 4 together. So to make the 4, it took the 1 spirit of the 7 God of creation. to create it. And one spirit would be up here, and the 7 would be down here. The 3 would be over here. The 7 would be over here. They are always connected. 1, 9, and 7, and 3, okay, are all the same person. They all get connected differently. That's what ends up making the X and the O, connecting the insides of the 9 lives of the cat. Something before I let you go inside the 9 lives of the cat, if I've never told you before, and I have told you, the number of Christ is 74. Well, if you go look up diamonds, I think it's the one something diamond that is 7.4 milliams, which is Jesus, so it's reflected in the diamonds. And if you take 6.66 billion people in the world and divide it by the 9 lives of the cat, or the pound key, you get 6.66. Excuse me, you get 9. You get 7.4. 100 million, or it doesn't matter what the zeros are, because you get the number of Christ out of it. Okay, that's what I'm just trying to reflect. These numbers again. You take 6.66 billion people in the world. You divide it by the 9 lives of the cat, okay, and that's basically our way of life. 6, 3 of 3 of 6, and 3 and 3 and 6, and all the combinations, which I think I figured out a way to reconnect them, but I have to redraw them. It's weird, man. It's like the chalice. Oh, man. It's just like the chalice. I mean, it goes in and out. I mean, I see it, and I'm not quite sure which way it goes. And do the points of the triangle actually the point here and the point here? If a flat surface comes to it, will that be the outside of one check in the chalice? Or is it just 3 sides on a triangle? Is it 2 triangles together? Oh, my God. The numbers, they all fit together. They all fit together. You know why? I'm going to show you something. I'm going to see if I can find it first before I'm going to show you something. Okay, I want to show you something here. I may have done this yesterday. I started at number 14. I went back 8, and I went back 9. And I started from here. I brought 6, every single 8, all the way up to 94. And 94 is 3/4, a dime, a nickel. I mean 3/4, a dime, a nickel, and 4 pennies. Okay, but 14 are the only 2 that come together, and you have to go 86, 86, 86. Okay, that means the matrix lines up with all these numbers here. Okay. These maybe be the pedestals where you can change one side to the other side. I don't know how it works. But all the numbers do this. And there's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of numbers. I'm going to go back and forth. I don't know if I did it with you yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Start like this. 5. A and E. In between 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that would be one hand. 5, 6, or 5, 6. If you start by the finger and you get 6, that would be man. Okay, now if you get 6 here, okay, that would be the spirit. 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 and 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. You didn't get it? Oh my God. Oh my God. This one to this one makes 10. Okay. This one to this one makes 6. Okay. All we're missing is the 4. Okay. So you go to the ring finger. Here's the 4th. The ring finger. Here's the 4th. 44th means space. This is the marriage finger. Okay. I don't know which finger this is. But together they mean space, and that's why the marriage finger goes on this one. Oh yes, this is the angel, right? And that's why the ring goes on this one, because that's your angel. That's what it was. That's why the ring finger's on this one over here. Did you get that? I hope I didn't screw you up. Anyways, that's it. Raphael, 7286. I'm going to be looking at some of the stars now. I figured out something about 7286, something else. 7286, if you cut them both in half, 72 and 86, it says creation, it says one creation of man, or the creation of the one man. That's what 7286 says. I keep breaking it down, and I'm always going to be right because I'm always using the same numbers. I'm just using other numbers with it. And however I got there will be the build-up on how I get there, so you'll know the road as I'm going up to it. So when I'm there, you'll know how I got there. So when I tell you something, then you'll know what to do with it. Raphael 7286. Have I confused you yet? Did I say Ron Paul at all in this video? I don't want to forget not to say Ron Paul. Just in case this is my only life, I must say everything that I can say, that I could say, that I should say. I do not say everything that I would say, because that would not be nice, and then I would not be a libertarian, because then I would probably be taken away from one other, when in this video it does not have to come into any infliction. Okay? I am for one. What color is your skin? What color? What color? Forget it. How old are you? What? What? Oh, forget it. What religion are you? What? 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 Oh, forget it. You work? What? 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 Actually, you work? What? What? Forget it. You know what? Guess everybody's welcome, eh? Welcome, my friends, to the world where nothing makes the difference unless you pass beneath the law. Peeing on people is not going to make anybody happy, and even in this liberal world, okay, where we will get liberty once again, you still cannot pee on anybody. You cannot let your dog shit in somebody else's lawn and not pick it up. It's just not right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have these animals. We give ourselves the laws, okay? And then it shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? 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 We all know. We all know. We know. We know. We know. We know. We know. We know. We're so stupid. We just want to go out and have fun, but then we don't want to feel tied down outside this world. But that's what liberty is about. It's all about. You know, the connection to liberty is a 10-10. You must be tied down to your liberty forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever until death do you apart, because that's your part in society, to do your part as to keep society the way it is, freedom all the time. And by making sure that we stay in our box and not inside the boxes of everybody else, that the freedom will always be there, will always be there. Yes, yes, like elastic, it does get stretched out, but it must get stretched back just as quick. Yes, Raphael, Raphael. MrTacpans, you doing okay back there? See my dragon buddy? Eh? See my dragon buddy? Eh? He's a good guy, eh? He's on my side. He's on our side. I did not know this was the year of the dragon. I did not know this was the year of the dragon. This is my year. In 10 days, on the 5th of May of 2012, it will be 7 years for me. It started on the dragon and it's come back to the dragon for me. But at the beginning, I was feeling the wrath at the tail. But now, onto the point where I've reached the horns of the dragon's eyes, I am in my year. Why is it my year? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I know everything that can go wrong, and I'm horrified by some of it. So I'm doing whatever I can for myself and for what I think I can help more of people like me. More of people like me. Not saying, very funny. Okay. And I'm taking my chance in certain areas, and I have to pay the price for whatever it is. But I haven't done anything wrong. But if they keep changing the laws, just talking to you and drinking this coffee will be wrong. I hear the police at my door. Yes, police, what do you want? I'm drinking coffee on video from where? Van Hoot? Yeah, how'd you know? You're watching from outside in your car. Cool, man. Can I come see? He welcomed me to the back seat. My friends, when you were in front of the Holy Man, of the Holy Ghost of our God, there is no back seat. God is in every seat, in every man, in every movement of every breath of anything that lives. But I would not like to be confined to a cell where I cannot help others, unless we flood the cells. Do you know, there's so many ways and so many visions I have to go on into this next future, but for now, I'm still working on the planets. And I'll just give you a brief notation. If I went here, I went to Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, Earth. Now, the question is, you see Earth? You see this line here? Now, you have to follow this line. It runs and it stops at Neptune. That means I have to stop at Neptune. Okay? You have to follow the lines, what goes through. If Earth goes through Jupiter, it must go Jupiter all the way over to Uranus. Okay? They can't break the lines. The lines go inside this. They're not breakable lines. They're coming in and going out. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 lines on here. So if there's 5 lines on here going out, how many are going in? Okay, this is one way to do this equation. Okay, this is also the basis, okay, of your telephone. Don't forget, on your telephone, this is the star key, and over here on your telephone, it is the pound key. But I've moved Venus up, Jupiter to the center, and Neptune here. Okay, now this is what I wanted to say. 32 degrees of insanity, this point is for you. You just showed me this in your last video. This exact design, and I said, no, 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 no. That's the exact design, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You only see 5 here. There's a light here and a light here, plus you're on a planet also where we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you exactly what your design is all about, but here is Mars and here is Saturn. This, if you look at this part here, it designs the 8 card, okay? And if this designs the 8 card, okay, or up here designs the 8 card, see the two, this one and this one connect? This one and this one connect, the 8 card here. So this one would be Jupiter, this one would be Neptune, this one would be Saturn, this one would be Mars. Where the fuck are we? Right here? You know what I'm saying? This is one of the setups, because it's not only this. If we were puppets, right, there can be like 1, 2, 3 dangling lines, okay, and then 2 or 3 planets at the end of each one. But they have to work with each other, okay? And Dawn of 32 degrees, or your seller, whatever you call yourself, I know they must work with each other. They can't tangle up. Even if they're wireless, okay, somehow they can't tangle up, or they can do the magic trick where one pulls through the other. And how one pulls through the other is, you see this? Okay, what happens is they go through each other, because the molecules, okay, of this strand passing this way and this strand passing this way are adaptable to each other. So they envelope around each other, they go through each other, and they recapture on the other side, passing through each other, giving the effect of magic, but it's just a molecule transformation. How do I know this? Here's another one of the designs that you had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyways, I don't know what I know. I just know that I'm not crazy with my last 5 videos, and I'm not happy with some of my work. And there's so much work, because you can connect any one of these planets to anything, and it's going to tell you a story. Some guy was telling me in astronomy that Mercury was the communication planet. Well, the one spirit, or the one communication, is also the 10 number, because 9 and 1 is 10. Remember, we just did that before? And that's in the 10 communication. Hello, CBs, radio, 1X, Mercury, and Pluto, communication. We are going to entrap the rest of the planets inside Mercury and Pluto. The MP, the military police. Raphael 7286, I think now I have said enough. I am giving myself a 6.1 rating at 34. Thank you.